Under the water, I can see more of the swing. Yes, I
Yeah, to touch it. Put it on the ground and set on it.
Yes. So you're walking around and holding everything. What was the place? Galinhas. Galinhas we had were actually kids. Right? We had a locket.
Princess.
No. A locker?
Yeah, that was Galena. That wasn't Princess.
No.
It was Galena.
Galinha.
Right.
Galinha is the best. I don't know.
It's a condom.
Condom. Dirty.
What is that? It's a big condom.
Making a movie for Hollywood.
If you made it this far in the video, what's going on is that this is day 2 at São Miguel Beach. So this is our last day before we head back to Maceio. And it's going to be a long journey back because at the time of day we're heading out, guess what? We're going to run into rush hour. So we won't be back to Maceio until maybe sometime at night. Again, it all depends on traffic. So what we're about to do now is do something we had planned to do on day 1, which is find a big enough boat to take us to the middle of the ocean. And we found a boat, a mini boat. It is not huge at all, to take us to the middle of the ocean and stand for about an hour. And I'm saying stand because at this beach, at certain times of the day, because of the current of the ocean, in the middle is less water. So it's about maybe 4 feet deep. So you can actually stand in the middle of the ocean. And what the ocean looks like now, is not that clear. But as soon as we get towards the middle, it gets much clearer. So you get to see the fishes and everything. So that's going to be fun. But do not try this late at night. Do not try to swim to the middle of the ocean hoping you can do the same thing, because at different times of the day, the current rises. So you don't want to wake up being knocked out from a current and people are saying, hola, ¿cómo estás? Because that might mean you're in a different country and not Brazil. So be careful. From visiting Maceio lots of times, I can say that São Miguel is a place you want to visit if you're in Maceio, because it's not that far depending on the time of day you come here. But São Miguel is a place to explore something new besides the beaches in Maceio. You come here for a day or two like we did. We came here for 2 days. That's all you need. And you will notice that it's quiet. It's not a lot of foreigners, so it is a local getaway, so it's perfect. You have restaurants here on the beach, and you have lots of water activities you can do. Of course, it's not free, but it's not very expensive also. So if you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, or someone you like, bring them here, and it's like the icing on the cake of a perfect getaway. How did I find out about São Miguel? Well, I learned of São Miguel through her, of course. She's Brazilian, but she had never visited this place before. So, thanks to our best friend Google, we just Googled surrounding beaches near Maceio, and São Miguel was our first choice. So, as a foreigner and her as a Brazilian, this is our first experience together visiting this beach. And as I have said previously, the city of Maceió is in the perfect location to explore other beaches in Brazil. Above Maceió, going towards the north, you have Recife, and going towards the south, below Maceió, you have Aracaju. So you're in the midst of all these different beaches. Also, if you want to not catch a bus or an Uber or a taxi, and you want to get on a plane and go somewhere a little bit further south, you have Salvador. Further north, you have the city of Natal. And Natal have sand dunes, so that's something interesting to see. And if you want to go around the map of Brazil, not that far away from the city of Natal, you have Fortaleza. And those cities, Fortaleza, Natal, and Salvador, I have videos in those cities. So make sure you check those videos out. So now we have made it to the part of the ocean where the current is really low. So I said before it's about 4 feet deep, but I want to take it back. It might be even lower than that, probably like 3 feet deep. I mean, it's not very deep at all. And as you can see, the water is getting much clearer because we're not at the shore of the beach anymore. There's no more sand. So that means less contact with people, littering and pollution. So you can actually see the vegetation. So it's much cleaner here at this point. And what's so neat about this beach and also other beaches around Brazil is that there's boats that's on the ocean that sells snacks for you and for the fishes that you can actually feed. So if you get tired of swimming or whatever you're doing and you just want something to eat or something to drink, they have it on these boats. So that's something neat about coming to São Miguel. And like I said, also other beaches that offer this also throughout Brazil. So you might want to check those other beaches out or come here to São Miguel to experience what we have. You're probably thinking, as I did, should you leave all your belongings on the boat or should you take your belongings with you? Well, those are your two options. You can bring your belongings with you in the water or leave all your belongings on the boat. Now, this is not a big boat that you have your own room. This is a little mini speedboat that has a good amount of people that's probably going to do the same thing as you, meaning leave your belongings on the boat. So it all boils down to your preference of what you want to do. With me, I'm taking everything with me, but it's only two things I have, which is my wallet and my iPhone, which is waterproof. That's it. So I'm taking those two things in the water. With her, she has her identification. She has her cell phone, which is non-waterproof. So she wrapped up everything in a beach towel, and she's going to leave those things on the boat. With me, I'm not Brazilian, so to lose some things that I have to get back is going to take some time, or I might can't get it back. If somebody steals my cell phone, it's over with. I have to buy a new cell phone. If somebody takes my credit cards, I don't even know how I would be able to get my credit cards back in Brazil. So it would just be a hassle. So to avoid all that with me, I'm taking those things with me. And this could be beach 101. Less is best. The more things you bring, the more things you could lose or have taken. So less is always best. And with me, with my cell phone, I'm using my cell phone to get the video footage that you see. And like I said, it's an iPhone and it's waterproof. So the cell phone I'm not worried about. My wallet, I have a North Face waterproof wallet. Um, eh, it's not really waterproof. I tried it before with submerging it in water and all my bills got wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just hold my wallet because I have credit cards in it. I have American currency and Brazilian currency. So I'm going to hold that. And in the other hand, I have my cell phone, which I'm not really worried about at all. So it boils down to your preference of what you want to do. But always remember, less is best. The less you bring, the less you have to worry about. What is that? Rocks. Your feet.
Yes.
Oh, Madagoji? I don't remember rocks. Was it? Oh fuck, that's cool. My feet. This is the second beach that I have actually went to the middle of the ocean, and we have done this before. And that first beach, if you was listening, was Maragogi, and we don't recall Maragogi having as many rocks as São Miguel does. So you have to be careful. You know, you don't have any shoes on, and it's lots of sharp rocks, so you have to walk slowly in the water. If not, there is a high possibility that you can actually puncture your feet. So take that in note. You know, you got to be careful. Something you will notice if you come to São Miguel and do the same activity that we're doing is the fish. The fish here is not scared of human contact whatsoever. So if you're swimming or even standing, you will see a school of fish that will surround you, I guess, in hopes of you feeding them things because they're used to people feeding them things all day long. And you will see in a few minutes, people feed these fish everything and anything. Doritos, hot dog buns, lots of things. But if you come to São Miguel, that's the first thing you would notice if you do this activity here is the fish. If you've been following my videos, or if you haven't and you're new to my channel, I would suggest you subscribe and just go back to the beginning of my videos or the start of my Brazil videos to make that choice of whether or not you should come here to Brazil for yourself to see, because you can't believe everything you hear. We're in the generation now where visual is everything. And I've been to a lot of beaches in Brazil that you can actually visually see to make your decision should you come to Brazil or not. If you're into beaches like myself, then you have to come to Brazil if you haven't visited Brazil before. Because as I said in my previous video, hands down, in the Americas, Brazil has the best beaches. There's no better beaches in North, Central, or South America besides the beaches that are in Brazil. There's no competition. So if you're still wondering or not whether or not you should visit Brazil, I'm telling you now that you should, but don't listen to what I'm saying. Go back to my prior older videos and just make your conclusion from that. You know, I've been to southern Brazil to where I'm at in northern Brazil, and along the coastline, there's so many beaches to choose from. So if you're on that final decision of should you come to Brazil or not, or you're on the verge of coming to Brazil, that's a good decision, because I think any person in their lifetime, you should visit Brazil. Brazil is one of those countries, if it was a top 5 countries to visit, Brazil would be on that list, just based solely on the beach life. We're not talking about women or men or whatever. We're just talking about the beaches. So you have to come to Brazil to see for yourself. And in a few seconds, you will see again the fish that I was talking about, these fish right here. So once you actually swim or make any type of movement, these fish do not run away. They will stay in your area. And as you can see, people are feeding them different things. Like I said, I've seen hot dog buns, people feed them chips. So it's various things that these fish will eat. We should have remembered from visiting Matagogi that it's probably best to bring your own things to feed these fish, because to buy actually the fish food or whatever they sell to feed these fish, you have to pay for, versus what we've seen people feed these fish, it's like scraps, it's anything, chips or whatever they bring to feed these fish. So next time when we go to a beach like this, we will bring snacks, not for us, but for the fish. If you visited Brazil before, which beach in Brazil did you visit and you had a good time? And if you haven't visited Brazil before, which city are you thinking of coming to? So those are my 2 curious questions I have for the people that's viewing this video. If you visited Brazil before, which beach did you visit? And did you have fun? And if you haven't visited Brazil before, which city are you considering?
My ear. Did they call us?
We have made it to the end of my video. Thanks for those who have joined my channel. Thanks to those who like my videos and also make comments. So this is it. This is the end of São Miguel. We're going to head back to Maceio. The boat has called us to come back, so we're about to head back to shore. And after that, take this long bus ride back to the city. So my next video will be back in Maceió. Peace out.